So here's an update about the whole restraining order situation, with Kenya Moore versus Matt Jordan. I mean, the battle continues. TMZ posted this story on March 31st of 2017 titled Kenya Moore's ex-boyfriend gets cold shoulder for Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Here's what TMZ wrote. Even Real Housewives of Atlanta producers are showing Kenya Moore's ex-boyfriend the door. We've learned Matt Jordan didn't get an invite to the reunion episode. Matt and Kenya's drama was a staple of the latest season. Once again, Matt and Kenya's drama was a staple of the latest season. I'm going to get back to that after I'm done with this. But we're told producers ultimately thought he was too violent to bring back, not to mention the severe awkwardness that would have ensued during the taping a couple weeks ago. We broke the story. Kenya says Matt's been harassing her for months and in fact just got a temporary restraining order against him. He now has to stay 200 yards away. Jordan infamously punched a driver while cameras were rolling during the previous season. So it seems he's worn out his welcome on several fronts. Well, thank you very much, TMZ. So here's the thing, man. I have not watched one episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 9. I figured I would, binge watch. When I get the time. I've been very busy with my haters' mothers. And of course, I've been very busy at Porsche's social media pages, worshiping the Porsche. So basically, I have not watched one episode yet, but I'm going to watch the whole season. And over the course of probably like 2, 3, 4 days, just watch them back to back to back for hours. Pretty much from what I've seen on social media since I didn't actually watch the show, there's 2 storylines that have been talked about and ran into the ground on the blogs, the different news sites, and people just posting information on social media. That is the storyline with the whole thing going between Candy and Portia Williams, and the beef between Kenya and Matt. Those are the 2 things that everybody's been talking about. That's what I keep hearing about. As somebody who did not watch the show yet, those are the 2 things that I've been hearing about over and over again. So that lets me know that it really was a really big part of the show, which means that Matt helped to bring in a lot of ratings. Did he do it by himself? No. But was he part of the success of the season? Absolutely. Should he be compensated for it? Yep. Should they have interviewed him to get his side of the story? Yep. It seems as if they're trying to blackball him, just shut him out, as if he wasn't a part of the success of the season, and that bothers me. I can understand if they think that he's a risk bringing around Kenya, because who knows what may happen. However, what they should have did was interview him separately. Remember on that one season of Love and Hip Hop, was it Love and Hip Hop New York? I want to say season 5. Whatever season it was that the beautiful Erica Mena quit the show. When she left the show, they interviewed her separately. And if I'm not mistaken, they did the same thing with Drea Michelle. Or did she just not show up to the reunion for Basketball Wives LA at all for season, was it 4 or 5? But anyways, at the end of the day, only thing they had to do was just interview this man separately. Don't shut him out. If he was a part of the success of the season, how in the world could they make that decision behind the scenes to not speak to him at all, to not get his side of the story? We're only going to get a piece of it. So that's like, it's like if your ex just stopped talking to you one day and it is like, you should know why. You're not getting the rest of the story. I mean, this is real life. See, the thing about Kenya and Matt is that they had a real relationship. This wasn't just some reality TV crap where you have 2 people pretending for the cameras. You have 2 people who actually loved each other. And that bothers me. And I'm a Kenya Moore fan. She's fine as hell. And, I'm Team Pretty Girl. So the twirl goddess should never feel uncomfortable around anybody. So I understand separating them and not even bringing Matt into the building. Interview him at a hotel. Interview him at a restaurant. Why not use Peter's restaurant? Oh, that's right. He got into a fight with Peter. You know what I mean? But interview him somewhere outside of the premises of Bravo and wherever they shoot. Bring him somewhere else. Meet up with him. Get his side of the story. I'm sure that the fans would love that. Even people who don't like Matt, even people who hate him, they would say, well, what does he have to say about it? It's just not fair. It's just not right. Just my personal opinion, man. Shout out to the beautiful Kenya Moore. Shout out to Matt. Man, shout out to everybody. And shout out to the producers, even though, despite the fact that you guys did something that I think was wrong as far as telling the story, because literally the people behind the scenes, their job is to help to push the story forward, to put it in front of our faces. Because remember, they record and record and record. But it's their job to capture the story and then edit it, trim it down to the parts that are the most important, and they left one of the most important pieces of the puzzle out of the equation. Somebody who was part of one of the biggest storylines in season 9 is not gonna get a chance to speak his mind on what he thinks about things, and that's, maybe they got a written statement from him, hopefully something, because this is just not cool. They could have talked to him over the phone, and if he's such a risk, have him call in to watch what happens live. Something. Damn, people, it's just not right. I mean, if two girls get into a fight in the show, don't they want to interview the women afterwards and get their sides of the story? I mean, Matt never attacked any of the cast members, did he? Then what's the problem? Let me know what y'all think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog on Instagram. Matt, please get some anger management or something. I hate the fact that I'm not going to say you ruined the opportunity for yourself. All I'm going to say is this, man. Get some help, bro, because you should have been there. And I just think this is just wrong. Come on, Bravo, finish telling the story. Don't leave us hanging like that.